Now, if this video makes you feel uncomfortable, good, because what you're about to watch is what happens right before the narrative collapse. Now, I want you to stay with me because the order of these events matter more than the events themselves. Peep.
This is what Minnesota looks like. I said it earlier, fuck these cameras. I'm not here for y'all. But the fact that you aren't here, sir, shows me that you're willing to lead by example. Everyone say by example.
By example.
There's two ways you're gonna play this game, pimp. We were nice. This brother was a nurse. Now they're willing to kill our nurses. So when you go back to Capitol Hill, tell them I said it. If they bring their asses here, fucking with us, it's gonna get worse. But what we're choosing to do, everyone say choosing to do. Say it with your chest, say choosing to do. What we're choosing to do is we're choosing to be civil. That's what happens in America.
That's what we need.
Every morning I'm here, bro. We have said the Pledge of Allegiance with our hand over our heart. We love this country, but we ain't buying for the bullshit. Okay? One thing that I will say to you, man, in front of all these people. You got kids?
I got family.
You got family. I got kids. Who got kids? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
All right. So at some point, we are gonna have to give our kids something. We was out here the other day, 29 degree negative. But we out here, right?
Yes.
All right. So if we out here with 40-degree negative heat, my friend, I want you. And we out here now. So I want you to go back to Capitol Hill, and I want you to tell them you spoke directly to me. You spoke directly to someone that's on the ground. My name is Michael Wilson. Common spelling, M-I-C-H-A-E-L Wilson. You're cold, I'm cold, but brother, I love you. Our job in this country is to protect from enemies foreign and domestic. One thing I guarantee my life for going forward, now that I got you here.
Yes.
Every single day I'm out here with the Pledge of Allegiance. Every single day I'm gonna do a nurse roll call. We got any registered nurses out here? Nurses?
I'm a nurse's assistant.
All right.
Hey, that counts.
Now, I got nurses out here, bro.
Engineer.
Hey.
From Chicago.
This is what you, and not saying you, because I know what side you're on. But I want you to leave here with hope.
Yes.
I want you to go back and tell them I left here with hope. I spoke to a young man. He put his heart on the table, but we put our hearts on the table. You know why? Because, sir, we give a fuck. And because we do it because we love our country. We do it because it's the right thing to do. But more importantly, this young man could have saved 10 to 20,000 lives in his lifetime. Come on now. So whatever y'all choose to do, I'm gonna talk to the cameras like I did earlier, because I didn't even come out here to speak. But now that we got these cameras out here for your live feeds, we're not gonna be negative. But thank you, sir. This means a lot to me.
It means a lot to me what you're doing.
So whatever you need.
And your story is there?
I'm the Jamaican.
The handshake, the agreeing. Minneapolis protesters warning violence will escalate while speaking to Rep. Ro Khanna. I don't know how you say his name. But notice something. This wasn't a protest. This was a warning delivered politely. That's exactly what this was. And here's the part the media doesn't want you to sit with, right? When someone says it'll get worse and the sitting Democrat sit there and listens, looks, and just nods along with it, nods his head like that's not de-escalation, man. That's permission without fingerprints. That's what I call that right there. And Democrats know this game very well. They never pull a lever. They just stand close enough to hit a threat, so to speak, right? Now, I want you to watch how fast the tone changes when one of their own realizes the pressure went public. I probably got to... Okay, but this is Ilhan Omar. Y'all know it's kind of slightly cut off, but she wrote... Excuse me, let me get down here. Sorry, Trump. Oh, well, hold on. Let me give y'all better context. This is a response to what he wrote earlier. I mean, yesterday when he said, I'm sending Tom home into Minnesota tonight. He has not been involved in that area, but knows and likes many of the people there. Tom is tough but fair and will report directly to me separately. A major investigation is going on with the respect of the massive $20 billion plus welfare fraud that has taken place in Minnesota and is at least partially responsible. Partially responsible for the violent organized protests going on in the streets. Additionally, the DOJ and Congress are looking at Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who left Somalia with nothing and now is reportedly worth more than $44 million. Time will tell all. Thank you all. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President DJT. Ilhan responded with, sorry, Trump, your support is collapsing and you're panicking. Right on cue. You're deflecting from your failures with lies and conspiracy theories about me. Years of investigations have found nothing. Get your goons out of Minnesota. I was going to say Mississippi. Y'all heard that. But this right here, this isn't confidence. This is deflection wrapped up in arrogance on her end. When politicians say, when she's out here using the whole you're panicking excuse, it's usually because they are. Not the protest threats, not the escalation, not the chaos. She's mad that federal authorities showed up where local control was completely failing. She's a part of that failure because that's not leadership. That's territorial panic. And that's when the president did something Democrats, they just did not expect, y'all. He cornered them procedurally.
In Minnesota. Number one, Governor Walz, Mayor Fry, and all Democrat leaders should turn over all criminal illegal aliens currently incarcerated in their prisons and jails to federal authorities, along with any illegal aliens with active warrants or known criminal histories for immediate deportation. Number two, state and local law enforcement must agree to turn over all illegal aliens who are arrested by local police. And then thirdly, local police must assist federal law enforcement in apprehending and detaining illegal aliens who are wanted for crimes, especially violent crimes. If Governor Walz and Mayor Fry implement these common sense cooperative measures that I will add have already been implemented in nearly every single other state across the country, Customs and Border Patrol will not be needed to support ICE on the ground in Minnesota. ICE and local law enforcement can peacefully work together, as they are effectively doing in so many other states and jurisdictions. Additionally, President Trump is calling on the United States Congress to immediately pass legislation ending sanctuary cities once and for all. American cities should be safe sanctuaries for law-abiding citizens only, not for dangerous illegal alien criminals who broke our nation's laws and do not belong here. We hope Governor Walz will do the right thing and continue to work with President Trump to keep the American people safe following their call this morning.
Yes. Now, Trump offers to shift federal presence only if Minnesota turns over criminal illegals. This is the moment. Not a rally, not a tweet, a condition, another condition. And they say he's a dictator. Trump didn't say, trust me. He said, prove it, basically. Turn over criminal illegals, cooperate, or basically expose yourselves. That's where he's at with it. And here's why Democrats hate this, because now there's a paper trail attached to their values. And once that demand hit, the activist class panicked and the mask started slipping. Y'all, the Black Panthers don't even like the Black Panthers.
All power to the people. As everyone knows, I'm Paul Birdsong. I got a message from Aaron Dixon today saying that he no longer supports us. That after he gave me orders to make a video saying that him and other members were coming, that he withdrew his support. And that he said that this situation is unimportant to him, even though my comrades have risked their lives and spent thousands of hours of their time and dollars in life standing behind a cause. He said he's going to make a statement saying no one has the right to call himself a Black Panther going forward. I told him to make sure that he put in that statement that he did in fact give us the right to call ourselves that, because I still have the messages where he did, just in case he doesn't. And I put in there also, make sure that you put in there that Emory Douglas did give us the right to wear that emblem, because I still have the messages where that happened too. But as it stands, because of that, because of me and my comrades risking our lives and all the heat that we went under, because of the counter-revolutionary practices, because we don't believe in black nationalism, like Bobby Seale said in the video that I shared on my page earlier, that black nationalism is acquiesce to racism, and that we don't stand like that we're internationalists and intercommunalists, just like Huey Newton said. We will no longer identify with this flag. We will no longer identify ourselves as the Black Panther Party for self-defense. We're going to take OG.
I guess what's funny to me is usually when you remove yourself from the left, that's when they revoke your black card and all your titles and stuff. But the fact that they're still on the left and it got revoked. Now this clip matters more than people think because symbolism tells you who's being defended, right? When even legacy activists say, nah, not that. It tells you the movement, has drifted so far left, it's eating its own history practically. And Democrats, they don't correct it. They orbit it. And look, once the narrative spun out of control, reality, it had to step in, right?
You are now under arrest. Please sit down and wait for instruction. Where's your credentials?
I'm at level 12 news.
I can't hear you.
I'm at level 12 news. BG on the scene. I'm just pressed.
You don't have any press credentials?
I don't. I can show you.
All right, why don't you move out there, okay? Just get out there. Stay outside the line, okay? Coming out. Coming out.
Where'd the beat go?
Open chair right next to Charlie Kirk and Dick Green. They have made multiple arrests. They got a couple of lighting into the window.
Yeah, Minnesota State Patrol finally activated. Look at that timing. Not before the threats, not before the chaos. After the call with Trump. That's not confidence, y'all. That's reaction. They didn't want enforcement. They wanted cover. So now Walz needs to sound reasonable, right? At least he can do. Without admitting that he lost control.
I would characterize, along with the president, I think it was productive.
Yeah, so let's start with that call. I understand that you initiated it. Is that correct?
We asked for it a while back, and this was the time they came through. I got a early morning call from the president's chief of staff, who we have been communicating with regularly, several times a day, myself or my team speaking with Susie Walz, and she said the president wants to speak with you, and they called back in to us, and we spoke for about 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes.
Did the president make any firm commitments that the course of this immigration operation will change?
Well, I asked two things were clear. First of all, I asked that we have a fair and independent investigation into the murder of both Renee Good and Alex, and that we have to be able to do that. And he said, we'll look at that. We'll take a look at that. And I said, we just have to reduce these numbers. We started out with that. And he pledged that, look, I'm going to send Tom Holman in. We'll do things differently. He explained to me how he thought it was very successful in Louisiana, very successful in Louisville, which I shared with him, but ICE did not shoot anybody there, and the presence was much smaller and much more targeted, like they were doing actual ICE work. This is, as we've seen, massive numbers. So it was cordial. I think he understood this. I told him that this is unsustainable, and I said, quite honestly, no one wants this, and I hope that's true. No one wants this.
What about the investigation? I mean, you asked for him to allow state investigators into the fold regarding the deaths of Alex Preddy and Renee Macklin Good. What precisely did he say in
He said
response?
he would look into it, and he said, look into it. I hear you. We'll look into it.
And what if that doesn't happen?
Well, then we'll keep pushing. I mean, this is, and I want to be very careful here. I don't want to, and one of the reasons that I am staying a little behind the scenes and working constantly on those calls is that part of this is about how you're viewed by this White House. I think the listeners here in Minnesota know that I'm somewhat of a lightning rod for this administration. I certainly don't want to be that, but I've had to be speaking up about the atrocities that we're seeing and pushing back. So at this point in time, the president certainly seemed earnest. He pledged to me that we would do this. As I said, we've been in communication over the weekend with his team pretty extensely. Right? I'm understanding now that, and he said he would have Tom Homan in here, and we'll be in touch, I hope, later tonight. I'm understanding that Mr. Bavino and Kristi Noem are no longer going to be here. I would take that a step further. I would hope they're no longer in jobs because they've helped foster this. And we spoke a little bit, and I tried to make the case about Alex. I just spent a set-down hour with his colleague.
Okay. Hopefully y'all was listening carefully, because Walz says collaborative effort. Now, I like to translate politician code. And that's code for we couldn't stall anymore, all right? We couldn't stall. He didn't negotiate strength. He negotiated damage control when he talked to Trump. And Democrats hate this moment the most, right? Because Trump didn't force compliance with force. He forced it with conditions the public can understand. And now, here's the part that they don't want you connecting at all, y'all.
I just investigated Ilhan Omar's official financial disclosures, and what I found was so dark and criminal. I don't know how she gets out of this without going to jail. Have a look at this. Here's Ilhan Omar's financial disclosure from the Congressional Record, year 2023. I want to bring your attention to this company right down here, Est Crew LLC. This is a winery in Santa Rosa, California. It's not doing that well. The total value of the winery is listed at $15,000, and Ilhan Omar's barely making any money off of it at all. Hardly enough to pay a parking ticket. Okay, that's fine. Nothing really mysterious there. Businesses fail all the time. But go ahead and look at her filing for 2024, and you'll find that Est Crew Winery, the same company in the same location, is now worth $5 million. That's incredible, up from $15,000. And now Ilhan Omar's making enough to pay rent. So this must be one of the most successful companies ever. Let's go ahead and check in on this winery. Maybe we could buy some wine. I like wine. Why not? Let's see if we can buy some Est Crew Winery. Here's Est Crew's social media Facebook page.
Why not?
You'll see here that the last post, was in 2023. Wasn't this the year that they were supposed to, go really big and make Ilhan Omar millions of dollars? Same thing on their Instagram, and they don't have an X. So let's go ahead and check their official website. What is Est Crew? We are winemakers and memory curators, okay? Est Crew Winery has a bunch of brands that's led by these people, creators of eye-catching labels. So I'm sure I can go and get some of their wine, right? Well, they don't have any activities here, so maybe I could just go to their location and buy some of their wines, or maybe give them a call. Let's try and go to their location here. This is the Google Street View of Est Crew Winery, and what you'll find here is an empty parking lot. Doesn't actually look like an operational business. It certainly isn't the same name. So, okay, let's go ahead and give them a call. See if maybe they pick up. Let's go ahead and call the number on the webpage. Go ahead and give them a call and find out. Oh no, user busy. Let's try that. Okay. Well, I've done this like 20 times today. Okay, so that didn't work. Is there any wine in this wine company? Is there anything about wine? Because I see like stuff about events, but like, what is this exactly? Aren't you supposed to sell wine at your wine company? Where are your wines? Oh, there are no wines. You want to know why? Because this is a fake company. Rep. Ilhan Omar's husband accused of swindling investors in their California winery. They stole millions from cannabis growers. You can see here's the lawsuit right here, saying that Tim Minette, who's Ilhan Omar's third husband, no relation, swindled his investors and defrauded them. How did Minette get this relationship? Well, the current Attorney General of Minnesota, Keith Ellison, used to work for him. Isn't that curious? Keith Ellison, the same guy who refuses to look into any of the Somali fraud. So this company was sued for being a fraudulent company. And the New York Post says the exact same thing, as the House is now probing the mystery of Ilhan Omar's skyrocketing wealth. They said that Ilhan Omar went from being one of the poorest members of Congress,
the richest,
negative $65,000, to being one of the richest, worth $30 million. Here's a rare photo of one of their wines that they allegedly made, The Devil's Lie. But the entire company
is a lie.
Is actually a lie. It's not a lie to Ilhan Omar, though, because she's able to list an enormous amount of her income and an enormous amount of her net worth to this fake winery. This winery is not worth $5 million. The winery doesn't even exist. It's fake. It's fraudulent. They need to investigate this right now. This is a lie. And maybe it's the devil's lie.
It is. I like the way he wrapped that up. That's good journalism right there, man. Shout out to Benny Johnson. Now, here's why this matters. When money moves quietly, politics gets loud. This is why panic feels personal. This is why the language turns hostile. This is why federal oversight suddenly becomes oppression, right? Because scrutiny, it doesn't just threaten narratives, it threatens net worths. Minnesota didn't erupt randomly. We all know this. We've seen how this developed, you know. It reacted to pressure applied honestly. Trump didn't escalate. He forced a choice. And their reaction, it quite literally told you everything. So if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to comment conditions. I want to know who actually followed the whole timeline. It's not even for the algorithm. It's just for me to know who made it to the end. Y'all be safe. Go check out somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life, and pray for your boy, y'all. Some very unfortunate news. Fortunately for y'all, it has nothing to do with this computer setup, but I'm an artist, and this isn't me promoting anything, but just last night, my whole computer ended up getting wiped out clean. Where I do all of my production, and yeah, I don't know what to do about it. If I have any techs that can possibly help me retrieve it, but yeah, basically I restarted my computer and it just it was a whole new computer, and I lost basically 4 years worth of work. So if anybody know anybody, comment below. Y'all be safe. I already said it, but I'm gonna say it again. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.